Everybody has some strange things they secretly like but prefer not to discuss with others. Sigma men are no exception to this rule. They enjoy a number of extremely strange things that give them a sense of identity and peculiarity. Although these things may appear strange to others, many people misinterpret them and their strange behaviors, which Sigma men consider normal. They are known to act strangely and don't care what other people think of them as long as they are at ease. They are not the type of people who hide what they want to fit in. Without further ado, here are 10 extremely strange things that all Sigma males enjoy. One of the best feelings is when the elevator stops, doors open, and you are greeted by a warm and inviting empty compartment. Sigma guys like having a period of solitude and quiet when they are not had to share the elevator with anybody else. They can just enjoy the quietness without having to participate in small chat. While some may long for the small talk that comes with a packed elevator, Sigmas simply want a quiet ride. It's like a mini vacation in the middle of a busy day. Being calm and undisturbed is rare for them, especially in a crowded place where even a brief 30-second journey can seem to go on forever when another person is present. This may sound strange, but Sigma males absolutely adore it. If they could have their own elevator, they would avoid crowded elevators like the plague because they detest being hurried or feeling forced to respond awkwardly to questions from strangers. This isn't to say that they despise people, it's just how they feel when discussing the weather or their lunch isn't their cup of tea in a crowded place. They find it quite frustrating since they know the other person is only attempting to be kind and don't really care about the response. 2. When salespeople let them browse without interacting with them or attempting to sell them something. Have you ever been shopping and as soon as you enter the store, a salesperson attacks you and tries to force you to buy something? Sometimes you just want to browse to find something that suits you, but because they are so pushy, you might end up leaving without purchasing anything. For this reason, Sigma males like it when salespeople let them browse on their own and don't pester them with offers or questions all the time. This makes the shopping experience much more enjoyable for them because it relieves all the stress and pressure. They may take their time to discover something they really want that they dislike, and they are not pressured to make choices right away. Disrupted when perusing, they need time to consider their options. Salespeople are only a useless distraction for many Sigma guys, who have already done their research before visiting the shop and know what they want. 3. Google everything. They don't know. Rather than asking someone when you don't know something, you probably think of asking someone else first. This is typical for most people. When they don't know something, they ask someone they believe knows the answer. Sigma males, on the other hand, rarely ask people anything because they are very independent and like learning things on their own without assistance. In this sense, Google is their closest friend since it allows them to locate almost any information they need in a matter of seconds. The best way to win over a Sigma male's heart is to provide him with free knowledge. Even if they don't find the answer right away, they will keep looking until they do. This is a great way for them to stay in control and not have to rely on others because they don't want to feel like they owe someone anything. For this reason, Googling is the ideal solution for Sigma males because it gives them a sense of control over their own lives and saves them time and energy that would have been spent looking for answers. 4. Keeping a low profile with those who are attention seekers. No matter where they are, Sigma guys will never seek attention. Alpha men, in particular, love being in the limelight and having people around them. They want to be seen and heard, and they will stop at nothing to attract attention. However, Sigma guys would rather blend in and go unseen. They don't care about getting attention or looking for approval from others. They don't care about following the crowd. It's not that they are timid. They simply find it more intriguing to watch how other people act than to get involved themselves. They also know that if they do get involved, their viewpoint will be noticed. Sigma males prefer to keep a low profile even in the presence of people who want attention because they simply find greater satisfaction in being unnoticeable. They have the courage and discernment to remain silent when necessary and let their actions speak for themselves by maintaining a low profile. This allows them to be authentic without passing judgment on others. 5. Dinners at a restaurant rather than someone's house. Sigma guys often prefer to meet individuals at a restaurant or pub where they don't feel obligated and can leave whenever they want. They are not huge lovers of home parties or dinners. Sigma guys find it difficult to leave gatherings when anything bothers them. Therefore, it's best for them to be free to go anytime they choose. They also like to select their own cuisine rather than having to eat what someone else has prepared. Going out is usually much easier for Sigma men because they don't have to worry about making sure everyone is happy at a restaurant or getting along with people at home. They can just be themselves without having to put in a lot of effort. They can also choose their company because they can easily choose people who interest them or enjoy spending time with them. This way, they don't have to settle for being around someone just because it would be rude not to. In addition to preferring restaurant dinners, Sigmas are also more talkative in these environments because they feel free to open up about themselves and feel free to voice their opinions without fear of being judged. 6. Running outside or working out alone at the gym. While some individuals revel in the bustle of a gym, other guys prefer to work out alone. Sigma guys would rather focus on their own routine alone. They may join a gym and use the equipment there, but they mostly remain to themselves and don't look for attention or recognition. Working out by themselves enables Sigma men to focus entirely on themselves without any outside distractions. They can set their own pace and push themselves to the limit. It's a great way for them to recharge and stay in shape. Sigma males also prefer to run outdoors rather than on a treadmill in a gym because they value the sense of serenity that comes with running and feel most at ease when there is nature around them. Sigma guys benefit from working out alone because it keeps their wits sharp and increases their confidence. Additionally, it keeps kids motivated since they may appreciate their development and be pleased of their accomplishments without worrying about how they compare to others. 7. Sigma males prefer to participate in meetings virtually whenever possible because it saves them time and energy and eliminates the need to leave their comfort zone or set aside enough time for getting ready. Zoom meetings, as opposed to in-person meetings, can be lengthy and dull, and you also need to prepare and make sure you're dressed appropriately. They may participate in the discussion without worrying about their attire or looks thanks to Zoom meetings, which put them in the same room as everyone else without really being there. Sigma men also appreciate the ease with which they can participate in a meeting from any location with an internet connection. This allows them to concentrate on the discussion and contribute without feeling under pressure from other participants. For Sigma males, Zoom meetings may be more effective than in-person meetings because there are less distractions. They can focus on the subject at hand without being distracted by side chats or late arrivals. 8. Seldom calling customer service and preferring to solve problems on their own. Sigma males prefer to be as independent and self-sufficient as possible, so they usually try to solve any problems on their own before calling customer service and waiting on hold or being passed from one person to another. Of course, if the problem is beyond their technical skills or knowledge, they may need to rely on customer service. But even in those situations, they prefer to look for information online first so they don't have to explain their problem again. For Sigma men, being able to resolve a problem on their own empowers them because it gives them more self-assurance and gives them the sense that they can handle any challenge life presents. It also helps them save time and money by preventing them from having to wait on hold or pay more for unnecessary services or features. 9. Not needing to justify oneself to others. Sigma males prefer to keep things to themselves because they don't like having their opinions or feelings evaluated by others and don't require approval from others. They are content with who they are and what they do, so they don't feel the need to justify themselves to others. Explaining your choices or actions can be draining and overwhelming. This isn't to imply that Sigmas are closed off to criticism or counsel from others. Rather, it simply indicates that they would rather keep their ideas and experiences to themselves. They don't require permission or approval from others to make decisions, so they feel free to do what makes them happy without having to defend it or worry about being judged. Give Sigma men the self-assurance they need to pursue their lives as they see fit. 10. Taking on the most challenging tasks. Most people don't want to spend their lives doing difficult things. Everyone wants the easy stuff. However, Sigma men are different from other people who prefer easy things. They enjoy doing things that others find impossible and are happy when they complete a difficult task. Sigma men don't enjoy doing easy things because everyone can do them, so it's pointless if someone does the same thing so easily. However, when they accomplish the impossible, they feel accomplished because they know that not everyone can do the same. They're not doing this to prove to themselves that they're good. They're not doing this to show off that they're good. They just want to prove to themselves that they can do it. Other people take on challenging tasks to impress others, but for a Sigma, there is no one to impress but himself, which is what motivates him to keep taking on challenging tasks. Sigma males don't care if anyone notices their talents or not as long as he feels satisfied with his work.